G'day guys, Nate here coming at you with the round 21 team selections final word video for Collingwood's clash against Geelong, Thursday night MCG 7:30 p.m. start. One change each for Collingwood and Geelong. Before I get into the team selections and the final word on this game, an update on Collingwood's floating fixture for round 23 and 24. Back-to-back 6-day breaks. We are taking on Hawthorn Saturday night MCG round 23 action, 7:40 p.m. start, and then round 24 Friday night MCG 7:40 p.m. start. We take on Brisbane. We knew who we were facing for round 23 and 24, but very disappointing with the floating fixture. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not even impacted by the travelling. I'm not travelling into the MCG for these games. I feel for the fans who have to make plans around the weekends for this, and very disappointing. It was basically trickled out to fans and so late as well. Just fuck you, AFL, for that. We don't need a floating fixture. Have it planned out months in advance, and then we can push on for the wildcard round. Back to back 6-day breaks. I'm not surprised by the back to back 6-day breaks. I'm not saying it's impacting us or anything like that. I was expecting, and it was rumoured last week, that it was going to be Sunday afternoon games against Hawthorn, against Brisbane. Thankfully, for me at least, and I'm probably in the minority for this with families and whatnot. I don't mind the night games, but I was actually preparing for Sunday afternoon games, and I would scrap the team selections final word videos up until the wildcard round or the final series. If it's a Sunday afternoon game, may as well do a preview Saturday morning, but not to be. I'll do the team selections next week and the following week and the week after. And you're seeing the team selections final word video here for Collingwood against Geelong. Again, the one change each, Patrick Dangerfield being managed, thankfully as well, because there was no way he was getting up for this game, but up against Collingwood, wouldn't have shocked me. Jack Martin comes in. We still have to worry about Jack Martin, his X factor for Geelong. One change for Collingwood, though. Braden Maynard out for 3 to 4 weeks with his knee injury. In comes Lockie Schultz, a surprise inclusion, making quite the quick response and recovery time and progress there for Lockie Schultz. It's not a calf or a hamstring injury, so hopefully it's not a re-aggravation this week against Geelong. I was expecting Lockie Schultz to come in next week, give him an extra 10 days, get him cherry ripe for West Coast. He will likely be managed probably about 60% or 70% game time against Geelong. He will likely be needed in the second half against Geelong. Forward half pressure. It is slightly lacking there, but we haven't been hurt or impacted off it. So Lockie Schultz comes in. It keeps Geelong's back line under pressure. Not a like-for-like replacement between Schultz and Maynard, but Perryman will be in the back pocket. He's the Mr. Fix-It guy. Not a like-for-like, but the grunt work Maynard provides and the grunt work that Schultz provides, that's unmatched. So we're not losing any grunt work there. And hopefully, this is a much better performance compared to our 9-goal loss against Geelong. Hopefully, we don't wave the white flag against Geelong. But more importantly, I hope we actually win this game. 7 wins in a row. We win this game, we go to 5th spot. We draw this game, we go to 7th spot. We lose this game, we go to 9th spot. And I did say in the preview to this game, the loser of this game, pretty much in wildcard purgatory for the rest of the season. Geelong's got a cakewalk fixture, but I think it's too little too late if they lose this game for us. A tough fixture for the rest of the home and away season, most likely to end in 7th or 8th spot. Going to be a home wildcard spot anyway, regardless, but I'm aiming much higher than wildcard spot. Hopefully top 6, hopefully top 4, but it's 1 week at a time against Geelong. So just with the team lineups here, Billy Frampton, Jeremy Howe, Harry Perriman in the back line, Dan Houston, Josh Dacos, Isaac Quainer across half back. Not many issues with the selected back line. Got to look out for Shannon Neal. Got to look out for Jay Polkinghorn. He's come through 2 AFL games so far for Jay Polkinghorn, and he looks like a world beater, placing Jeremy Cameron and playing like Jeremy Cameron, and then some. So got to look out for Geelong's forward line, Ollie Henry as well. He can be dangerous. Very rarely does Ollie Henry play great back-to-back games, but I wouldn't put it past him against us. Ollie Wiltshire coming through nicely as well. On the wings, Jack Crisp, Patrick Lipinski, both the delivery men inside 50 for us. Ed Allen in the centre, most likely tagging Bailey Smith or playing and run with role. I'm not expecting Bailey Smith to be blanketed to under 25 disposals or anything like that. Bailey Smith will get his 30 disposals. It's just a matter of putting pressure on Bailey Smith and making sure he doesn't have an influence in the midfield against us. Half forward line, Lockie Shields, Ned Long, Bone McCreary. I get worried with Ned Long in the half forward line. If it's the case, he may be playing that defensive forward role on Tom Stewart. On paper, I guess it can sort of work, but last time it just, didn't work at all. Angus Anderson in the forward pocket. Dan the man, or Dan McStay, full forward. Tim Membry in the forward pocket. Dan McStay, Tim Membry, early 30s, but in best form right now. Career best seasons for Dan McStay. Lesser extent Tim Membry, but Tim Membry kicking goals when he wants to. Darcy Cameron in the ruck in tremendous form. That's a guy that's in form. Hopefully he's able to stay on top against his opposition. Nick Dacos, Jordan De Goey as the Rovers. Nick Dacos will be tagged by a teeny weedy Irishman. Uh, Congratulations to County Mayo for winning the Gaelic Championship, or whatever you want to call it, 75-year drought. O'Sheen Mullen playing on inspiration here, so looking out for that one. And got to be worried as well for Nick Dacos. He's most likely leading the Brownlow medal count, but you can't rule him out for being suspended or being injured in this game. So yeah, for me, he's going to have to be mathematically impossible for me to be convinced that he'll win the Brownlow medal. But this sort of game, being tagged by an Irishman, a mad Irishman, so looking out for that one. On the bench, quite a bit of experience here. Charlie West, Liam Puncher, no, I'm just kidding. Charlie West, Liam Puncher, Harvey Harrison on the bench, but Scott Pendlebury, still side bottom, named on the bench to start the game. Sam Swadling, Lockie Sullivan, Mitch Podadsky, the emergencies. Now, I've got a sneaky feeling that our VFL side will cause an upset win over Geelong. That's at Cardinia Park, but that's the thing as well. It's just such a ballsy, bold statement there. I reckon we will cause a massive upset, or actually take it to Geelong's VFL side. They've won the minor premiership. I am expecting their players to be managed for that one, but the VFL, that's a Friday afternoon, 4 p.m. start in Geelong. I'll actually be there, so I'm hopefully going down to the highway to see a massive upset. In the VFLW, Collingwood taking on Geelong, Deakin University in Geelong. That's Geelong's home game. Saturday afternoon, 12:05 p.m. start. We got 3 wins last week against Adelaide. Going to be a massive ask to get 3 wins here against Geelong. But a massive game Thursday night. Massive ramifications for the top 6. We lose pretty much wildcard purgatory, and then we'll see how we go with the final 3 games of the home and away season. But we somehow win this game. It's 7 wins in a row. Geelong don't snap a winning streak against us. We finally split the wins with Geelong in the home and away season. And it's not a weird rivalry or a hoodoo where we or Geelong sees us the same way that we see Carlton. I do not want Geelong to be our bogey side. And if we are to be any sort of serious threat for the premiership, it starts here against Geelong. And I'll end this video with the final word. If it's a draw, don't be surprised. And if it's a draw, then all of a sudden we're in a percentage battle. And forgive me for any previous comments I made regarding percentage battles and percentage boosters. We're not in a percentage battle with anyone besides Hawthorn, but it's too little too late to get Hawthorn's percentage. But if we get a draw second time this year and it happens against Geelong, then we're in a percentage battle, and then we start to worry about all right, results going our way, and we need to win by certain margins. But we'll figure that out. If it's a draw, then I'll do something for the camera. Absolutely, something crazy. But I'll wrap up this video here, and I'm hoping you guys are having a good week so far. Please be well, please be safe, and I'll see you guys Friday morning for the round 21 review. Up the pies.